to the House of Hammer, built by the nation for the nation. Welcome to Raider Nation News today. I am your host and the tribal chief of Raider Nation, Hammer. I don't think that worked.
Acknowledge.
There we go. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday wherever you guys are at. Those coming on in, y'all know the routine. Those coming in that are new, let me teach you real quick. Smash some thumbs, hammer that sub. Damn, I'm really out of it right now. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. We have a lot to talk about. I see there's a lot of people already in here. Some people came in super early, so let's do a quick roll call. Let's see. Ron Justice is in the building. Hollywood Show, salute. We're running on 5 monitors today, so if I'm looking up, it means I'm looking at the big screen above everything else. CGR, what's good? Anthony, Alex, Jason the Demon King is in the building. Good morning. Trey B, SA Big Dog, saludos. What up, bro? Bushido Brown, another one of my favorite profile pictures. I gotta highlight this real quick. I love that shit. Now I gotta watch a Boondocks later on. True Raider, oh my god, we really had to go there. Appreciate you. Jason 619, you are acknowledged, sir. Kobe Bryant was released. I almost, oh my god, let me not. There was a couple other releases that have happened. We will go through that at some point. Again, we have a lot to talk about today. So JB, what's good, man? Hope you're doing well. Let me get this going. We got a lot to talk about today. We got a lot to dive into. Let's do this. All right. Let's get straight to it, guys. The Las Vegas Raiders are making moves that will define not just this season, but maybe the next 5 years of the franchise. And what feels like a whirlwind 72 hours, the Raiders have completely shaken up their offense. We're talking about huge bets being placed in real time right in front of us. Emergency trade for a new quarterback, Kenny Pickett, a former first-round pick, is now in the silver and black. This wasn't some casual swap. It was a move the Raiders had to make after the injury suffered by Aiden O'Connell in the last preseason game. Then, as the dust settled with that, Spy Tech pulls another rabbit out of the hat. He brings a ghost of Raiders pass back. Amari Cooper, the veteran route running genius, is back on a new deal. Familiar face returns to receiving room. That brings us to the biggest story, though. We got Jakobi Meyers, one of the most reliable weapons for last year. He wants a trade. What's going on? What are we doing here? We're going to talk about each and every single one of these issues, everything that has transpired in the last 24 hours. I know a lot of people have been live. I know a lot of people were giving their own breakdowns, their own perspectives of everything that is going on. Now it's my turn to do it. You know, working late, missed out, didn't get the chance to be live. I think Big Bro was on like 3 times yesterday, 3 lives in like the span of a couple hours. I know I did 2 in 3 last week, but yo, the grind does not stop and he never sleeps, like real talk. So the Las Vegas Raiders are betting the house on a revamped offense, again, trading for Kenny Pickett and signing Amari Cooper. But as these new pieces arrive, Jakobi Meyers wants out. We're going to try to figure out if these moves are a stroke of genius or a sign of things that are spiraling out of control in Vegas. But right away, I'm putting this in the chat for you guys. Johnny Kicknuts, dopest name in YouTube. Salute. I'm putting this on the for the poll for you guys right now. I need your gut reaction right away. Who won the Kenny Pickett trade, the Raiders or the Browns? Let me know down in the comments. Let me know in the poll, which we have now started. I'm very curious to see what you guys think about that. I want to take a look real quick and see where we're starting with it. Damn, people are saying, we will get back to that after a little bit. Let's get into this. Let me change this layout real quick for you guys. Sorry for the dead air. You know I hate doing that shit. And here we go. There we go. Do we have this up? And now it wants to not cooperate with me. Yeah, I'm not liking that at all. Yeah, fuck that. I guess we're not going to be doing the lower thirds, which I really don't give a shit right now. I don't know why they look so incredibly small on here, but we're not going to do that right now. And salute to the 124 we have in here right now. Let's start with this. It really is difficult trying to run this on a whole bunch of screens. All right, let's get into it. To get why the Raiders made a sudden, desperate-looking move for Kenny Pickett, you have to understand the panic that set in the preseason finale with Aiden O'Connell and the fractured wrist. Coming into 2025, the plan was crystal clear. Geno Smith was the unquestioned QB1. Behind him, Aiden O'Connell, the fan favorite for a lot of you guys, who showed some real promise, was locked in as a primary backup. He was the insurance policy. He knew the system. He had a good rapport with the receivers, was supposed to be a steady hand if Geno missed any time. That was the plan, and we see what happens. Late in the game on Saturday against the Cardinals, he fractured his wrist. He's out 6 to 8 weeks, and just like that, the quarterback depth chart was in shambles. We only had Cam Miller there. Cam Miller, a late round pick, 6th round to be exact, 215th overall. Doesn't make sense to have a guy like that being a backup with still very raw talent and being your main backup for a quarterback in Geno Smith, who turns 35 in October. It just was not the right move. So we heard the presser on Sunday. We heard what Pete Carroll said. They were looking. There was no questions asked. They were going to look. So GM John Spytek, head coach Pete Carroll, obviously they were backed into a corner with this situation. They had to make a move, and they had to make it fast. The problem is every other team knew they were desperate, which is the worst spot to be in when you're trying to make a deal. This is where Kenny Pickett trade comes from. The news broke yesterday, confirming the details. We acquired Kenny Pickett via trade from the Cleveland Browns for a 2026 5th round pick. Now just sit on that for a second, guys. Future 5th round pick for a former 1st round quarterback. Granted, this is the 4th team he's played for in as many years. He's still on his rookie deal though. On paper, it seems like a steal. You get a player with starting experience, drafted 20th overall just a few years ago. Basically a lottery ticket. For a team that was in a bind, Spytek did an incredible job not getting fleeced. He didn't have to give up a 3rd or a 4th, which many thought it would take. And for a 1st round pick, it could take something like that, even higher, depending on the value and the performance of said player. So I think ultimately it does make sense. Why are some acting like Kenny Pickett is the starting QB? Because people are out of their minds. That's why. Let me get to the high part of this chat, or the high screen anyways. Where is it? Tommy DeVito got cut as well, guys. And the mod mom is in the building. Salute to Deb. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Raiders should have waited and taken DeVito. Look, there were other guys out there, but they needed to make a move. They needed to make a right now move. Cleveland had 4 quarterbacks. A lot of people thought they were going to go into this season with 4 quarterbacks. They did not. Their depth chart is as follows: Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, and then Shedeur Sanders. So, yeah, you did have Pickett there. It didn't make sense to carry 4 quarterbacks. What team does that? I know it's Cleveland, so anything's possible, but no, they didn't do it. They got rid of them. Let's see. AOC was hot garbage too. Pickett's better than AOC. Talk that shit. Talk that shit. I need to fix this because I don't know why it looks so ugly right now. Yeah, I'm trying to do all sorts of shit, and it does not want to work out for me today. I guess when I put it on the other screen, we'll be just fine. There are reports. We will get to that, Mark. We will get to that. We're talking about the situation right now in terms of the Kenny Pickett trade. So let's keep going with this, and then we will move on. But again, the price, half the story. The real question: who is Kenny Pickett in 2025? Again, 4th team in 4 years. He showed flashes of that it factor. He was supposed to be the guy to be the successor after Roethlisberger. His time as a starter was defined by maddening inconsistency and turnovers. He struggled under pressure, which led to game-killing mistakes that ultimately led the Steelers to move on. Again, he went from the Steelers to the Eagles to Cleveland and now here. 4th team in as many years, and this is a classic reclamation project. We're betting that their system and our coaches can unlock the talent. Pete Carroll has a history of building systems. Chip Kelly's offense, we already know what it is. It's definitely a fun and gun offense. I think it could work. He has to learn this playbook incredibly quickly. That's the thing. Yeah, I saw that thing with the baby hands and all that other stuff, and I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I think right now it's the best thing that we could have done. Again, Kenny Pickett was not brought here to compete with Geno Smith. He was brought in to be the new insurance policy in the absence of Aiden O'Connell. He is a QB2. His job is to learn the playbook as fast as possible and be ready if Geno, God forbid, goes down with an injury. He gives them a much higher floor than Cam Miller would have. The drop off from QB to QB2 is no longer a fucking cliff, because mark my words, especially after seeing the performance last weekend, it would have been an abysmal struggle and a half to see him out on the field in the situation, the unforeseen circumstances, God forbid, that Geno Smith went down. So now the QB room is Geno Smith, a proven starter again. Kenny Pickett, high upside backup. Cam Miller, a developmental guy. Ultimately, he's going to the practice squad, if anybody wants to hear that or not. He's ultimately going to be going to the practice squad, and it looks a whole lot healthier than it did the moment that O'Connell went down. There's a fascinating long-term angle here, though. If Geno falters or starts showing his age, the Raiders now have a real option in-house. They can give Pickett a year to learn the system and rebuild his confidence out of the spotlight. Low risk, potentially high reward gamble for us. The worst case scenario, he's capable of backup for a couple of years, and all it cost was a 5th round draft pick. That's a win. The best case scenario, the coach fixes his flaws and they found their future QB for a pocket change. I don't think that he's going to be a long-term answer. I don't think he's necessarily going to be the face of the franchise moving forward, but we've seen wilder shit that's happened with us. Again, this was a move that was born out of crisis. Smart teams turn a crisis into opportunity. The Raiders took a terrible situation and turned it into a smart acquisition in a span of 48 to 72 hours. So it makes all the sense in the world right now. Let's get back to the chat. Again, I see a lot of you guys are already in here. We have almost 200 on the YouTube side of things. Guys, smash them thumbs. Break them thumbs. Hammer that sub. Smash the bell, y'all. Let's get those numbers up again. We had a phenomenal live. We were on for 2 hours on Sunday. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Let's see. Space Beast. What's up, Westwood? So we passed on Shedeur 1,000 times in draft day, but you thought we were going to trade for Shedeur to back up Geno. That's a you problem. You seen, all right. I see people going back and forth in the chat already. I'm staying out of that one. I am absolutely staying out of that one. I'm good. Spytech made a rookie GM mistake with Pickett. How do you figure, bro? Mr. 3-time champ. How do you figure? I'm real curious to see what you have to say to that. It's Juicebox Day. Shedeur was available on draft day. We passed. Why trade for him? I don't think anybody at this point is going to trade for him. And we had people on Sunday when Shiloh was released by the Buccaneers, and rightfully so. Oh, we should sign Shiloh. Absolutely not. Why? For what? Immaturity? No. Uncle Pete is in here as the culture changer. Why the fuck would we take a flyer on Shiloh Sanders? Again, he was undrafted. I feel like the league might have said stay away from those Sanders boys. That's what I'm getting out of this at this point. Browns are screwed. They have 2 rookies for backup quarterbacks. So DTR was going to be the choice, but it is what it is. You know what? We've had the talks about it, and we talked about it on Sunday. Talked about DTR. We talked about Huntley. I thought that they were going to be one of the guys. They went another route. I'm not mad at it. I'm going to actually take a look at the poll. I'm looking at the poll now. It's 61% of you said that we got the better deal out of this trade. I think we did too. We didn't go into panic mode, but we definitely made the right decision doing this. We pulled the trigger, a 1st round pick. Granted, this is now his 4th team in as many years. For a 5th round pick, we're good, guys. We're good. Let's move on. Let's get to this next part. And now we're at the cut downs, guys. And You saw the live that me and Graf did a couple of days ago. We kind of gave you guys an idea of where we think the vision of Spytek and Carroll was kind of spot on right now. And it's not done, obviously. It is now 12:15. We're 45 minutes away from the deadline that all 32 teams have to turn in their 53-man rosters. So let's talk about it real quick. Obviously, the Pickett trade wasn't the only thing that was the only move reshaping this roster. We added, obviously, a new quarterback, but the front office obviously had to make tough decisions to get down to 53, and some familiar names were shown the door. This wasn't just housekeeping. It was a clear signal of the new direction under Pete Carroll in this new regime. Ahead of the deadline, again, we're 45 minutes away. The Raiders announced a wave of cuts, waiving 14 players and releasing 4 veterans. Among the releases were some well-known players, including former Pro Bowl linebacker Jalen Smith, who a lot of us did not see him making the roster, veteran wide receiver Philip Dorsett. They were also joined by receivers Marquez Galloway, Colin Johnson, clearing out a significant portion of the receivers' depth room. These moves signal a clear out with the old, in with the new philosophy, which we kind of saw that the writing was on the wall for a lot of these guys. By releasing vested veterans like Smith and Dorsett, the Raiders are choosing to move forward with a younger, unproven talent of players they specifically brought in. The cuts also included waiving players with less experience like cornerback Sam Webb, defensive end Andre Carter II, who many thought had a chance to stick around. I know Graf had Andre Carter on his radar as a guy that was potentially going to stay with us. Obviously, the roster purge seems to align with Coach Pete Carroll's confidence in specific position groups he highlighted after training camp, particularly tight end and linebacker. The front office is clearly comfortable with their depth in certain areas, allowing them to part ways with the veterans and take chances on younger players who fit their vision. It's another aggressive step in a week full of them, showing that no roster spot is safe and that the team is undergoing a top to bottom overhaul, clear as day. Let's take a look. I'm going to take a look real quickly on NFL.com because they have a whole cut tracker. I'll give you guys the full list of what we have done so far. There has been no updates at this time. Again, Marquez Galloway, Philip Dorsett, Keytron Jackson, Colin Johnson, Kadir Ishmael, Gatib. I'm just going to say Gatibe. Don't want to butcher his name. Parker Clements, Jared Hufford, Andre Carter, Ja Joyner, Tank Booker, Keandre Coburn, Michael Barrett, another guy we kind of saw he wasn't going to be here, Amari Gaynor. The Ferrari is gone, guys. Sorry. Jalen Smith, who we just mentioned, John Humphrey, cornerback Sam Webb, and safety Hudson Clark are the names so far. There's been no other updates at this point in time. So let's move on to the next one. And let me take a look in the chat real quick. Building because they're building historically. We filled the team with long-term. I like that. I like that. I seriously doubt we will pay long-term money to any receivers moving forward. When you do it, it builds expectations. Hold on. Damn, this chat is moving. They're the focus. Focus here is Genty and Bowers. That's just logic talk. No, it's real recognizing real. And I really appreciate you making that statement. That's the fucking truth right now. It really is. They're cutting, they are cutting most of our good players from last year to get cheaper replacement for what to sit on, what money we're in win now mode. I think we are. Again, this division is going to be probably one of the most historic competitive divisions and one of the most toughest divisions in league history. We saw last year how 3 of the teams in our division did make the playoffs. This year is kind of a why not us type of mentality, that type of war cry. I don't see why we can't. We do have a very competent coach, a very well-respected, highly touted coach in Uncle Pete. He'll be going against Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Jim Harbaugh. I don't see why not. And again, the starting quarterbacks in the division, they rank as the top division with starting quarterbacks. So I don't see why not. Rasul Douglas, yes, he did sign with the Miami Dolphins. We're going to talk about this other situation in a moment, and then I'm really, really curious to hear what you guys think. But we do have somebody that has returned to the building. Again, as if the Pickett trade was not enough to get Raider Nation talking, John Spytek followed it up with a move that's packed with history. Just days after getting their new quarterback, Actually, it was hours after we got him. The Raiders made another big splash in free agency, signing wide receiver Amari Cooper to a 1-year deal. 4th overall pick back in 2015. He's returning to Vegas. He originally started in Oakland. Look, since leaving, he's had a very productive year in Dallas and Cleveland and Buffalo. Cooper has put up over 10,000 receiving yards and more than 60 touchdowns, proving he's still a very highly effective weapon. Great route running. I know a lot of people have talked about him having a case of the dropsies. He might not be as fast as he once was, but he's much smarter and a more polished football player. Again, the contract is a 1-year prove-it deal. It's $3.5 million base, but incentives that work up to $6 million max. Cooper gets a chance to ball out and earn one more big contract with us. And look, again, we get a proven veteran. This was not too long after Jakobi Meyers requested a trade, and we will talk about that momentarily. If he plays great, it's a brilliant signing for us. If he's lost a step, we could walk away after one season. It's no big deal. Why Amari? Why now? Again, at first glance, it seems like a luxury. We already have a superstar in the making in Brock Bowers. We're anticipating young rookie Dante Thornton. Real curious to see what he brings to the table. We got Ashton Genty as well. We have a speed demon in Trey Tucker. Realistically, our receiving room isn't a dumpster fire right now. But again, this whole thing with Jakobi Meyers is playing a role in why they made this signing. We have guys, we have 2 guys on this roster that could be the future of this franchise at the receiver position, and Thornton and then Jack Besh. Jack Besh probably needs to work a little bit more. Really didn't hear a lot about him in terms of the preseason. So it's very hard to say what we like. I don't think there's really high expectations when it comes to Jack Besh in his rookie year. That's just my opinion. I think that the front office does know what they're doing. Being the Jakobi is supposed to be the number 1 receiver here, he's unhappy. He wants a new contract. They brought in a guy in Cooper that can absorb a huge part of the offensive workload if needed. We know that Jakobi Meyers' numbers are not going to be what they were last year. Too many targets, too much ball to go around. All this new talent, including Genty. Genty's going to be carrying majority of the load, obviously. It's a run and gun offense, a lot of play action as well, but the targets are going to go down. The yardage is going to go down for a guy like Jakobi. Jakobi thinks that he deserves top tier wide receiver elite money. Respectfully, you're not Amon-Ra St. Brown. You're not Jamar Chase. You're not Justin Jefferson. You're not T. Higgins, who T. Higgins realistically could be a number 1 anywhere else in the league. He chose to stay with Cincinnati. Talking about this, and we spoke about this quite some time ago. We spoke about this around the same time that we talked about Colton Miller and him getting a new deal, or him needing a new deal, how he needed to be paid right now. I think realistically, for a guy of Jakobi Meyers' caliber, and you guys let me know what you think in the chat when I say this, 3 years, $69, $70 million with about 50 mil guaranteed. He's not worth an average annual of $30+ million a year. Now, I know the deal that if I remember correctly, the deal that he had with us previously, the one that he is still under contract with, was a 2-year, $24 million deal. Okay. You can up that a little bit. The average annual, you can up it in excess of between 17 to 23, $24 million a year, but you're not $30 million worth. I'm sorry. You're not $30 million average annual at all. I'm sorry. Let's see. Let me see. They can easily still afford Myers if they want to. They could. Yeah, they could. But is he worth that money? Brock's our best receiver. Yeah. To be fair, he has Jakobi. I'm sorry. To be fair to Jakobi, he has had garbage QBs his entire career. Look, I've said this in the past, Travis, and salute to you. In terms of Jakobi, like Devontae Adams said it himself. He could have been a number one anywhere else. Technically, he was going to be a number one going into this season. He wants his bag. I don't know how this is going to play out. Hell no. Hold on. Hell no. 3 years, 60, 38 and a half guaranteed. Take it. Ooh, okay. 19 million. Who says no? I don't see why not. Not even worth 23 a year. Okay. I'm trying to catch up with you guys because I know we've been talking, or at least I've been talking a lot already. And I think we are caught up right now. Ricardo, he is worth 23 and nothing higher. I've had jobs where I worked harder than others. I didn't get a raise. That's a fucking fact. That's a fucking fact. Is it worth hoarding cap space? I think, oh my God, my eye is like irritating the shit out of me right now. I think I could live with 60 million, 3 years, front load a lot of it so that when it comes to pay rookies, his contract is done. Well, the rookies that we have right now, yeah, the last rookie class that has another, 3 years? And then this rookie class has another 4 years. So, yeah, you could put him in a 3-year deal. Why the hell not? And I know that the money is supposed to go up this coming off season as well in terms of the salary cap. So, I don't know. I said I was going to ask you guys this because I've been thinking about this in terms of this happening now. What do you guys think? What do you guys, or how do you guys feel in terms of potentially making a trade? And I'll put that in the chat momentarily as well. There've been a lot of trades that have gone on in the last couple of days, especially as all these teams are trying to get down to roster cuts. We're officially 33 minutes away from the deadline. A player that a lot of us have talked about recently, he is on another team. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts about this. Jakobi Meyers, final year of his contract, to the Seattle Seahawks for Reek Woolen. Corner in the final year of his contract. Yes or no? And I'll put it on the poll. I'll take it to the poll for you guys as well. Give me 1 second. I see 63%, 62, 63 said that the Raiders won that trade. We're going to put this up in the poll now for you guys. I got to close the other one first. Hold up, guys. Sorry about this. So that poll ended. 161 of you guys voted. 63% of you said that the Raiders won that trade for Kenny Pickett. So now let's put this next one up. Start a poll. Are you taking this trade?
Holla, city of squalor.
We got our first super chat of the day. Shout out to Xavier Foster. Hold on. Gotta get to the super. Hold on. You guys are fucking moving so fast. Do you think they want Besh to get more reps? That's the thing. I don't know right now. Again, I just mentioned this a few minutes ago. Like, didn't really hear much about him. Didn't really see many flashes out of him in any of the preseason games. So I don't know. I think he definitely has some work to do, though. I do. So we'll take it as it goes. I put the poll. Did I put the poll up? Nope. Hold on. Damn, this shit is annoying. No, I don't want another option. It's making me add other options. No. There you guys go. There it is in the chat for you guys. Myers for Woolen. Yes or no? That's it. I'm not going to go detailed. That's it. Again, I think right now as it stands, we don't know what the full situation is. We know he obviously wants a new contract, but we need to either they offer him something that he's willing to take, and if not, then you figure something out. You want to be traded? Again, Uncle Pete, call Seattle. See what they're going to ask for Woolen. I'll take him in a heartbeat. Why the hell not? He already fits your scheme. Why the fuck not? I am 1,000% all in for it. Redo the vote I put. No, I'm not redoing the vote. Get out of here. I'm going to put you guys on the other screen because this shit is fucking with my eyes beyond belief. And I can't keep doing this to myself. Like, this is, I'm going to end up going blind. Here we go. Look, you guys are here now. Thank God. Like, I've been up and I know somebody's going to give me a hard time. What up, Ty? I have been up I've been up since 3 a.m. Could not sleep. And then I sat in here and pretty much brainstorming. Let's do a live. What are we going to talk about? How are we going to talk about this? And here we are. So I appreciate everybody that's in here right now. Let's sign Mike Hilton. I know a lot of people have talked about him on several occasions too. You know why? This is why. Okay. This makes all the sense in the world now, because the one that was supposed to be used is not actually acting right. So this is why we have such a messed up, fucking, what do you call it? Chat right now. Hold up. You know what? I'm not gonna go crazy over this. I'll just leave it at this for now. It is what it is. Where's Rob? I'm trying to find it now. He said my last comment is a way to go, Hammer. Rob, what did you say? And if I missed it, please just put it back in the chat. At this point, we need to trade for a true number one corner. There's no free agents left that make the room better. There was somebody else. Oh my God. Rob, you're in the chat. Who was it? Because you mentioned the name earlier and I can't remember who it was. Who was it? Yeah, this is fucking terrible. This is abysmal as fuck. I'm about to go back to the big screen. No, we're good. I'm not doing anything right now. Willen plus a pick and another player. McDouche wants him badly. And I saw the reports out there about the kid from New England. He's a safety. We don't need another safety, so I'm not pulling that trade. Fuck that. You're going to send him back to reunite with McDumbass? Nah, I'm good. That's going to work out for them, not us. Nope, I'm good. Shout out to the resident meathead, Mr. L.A. Rob.
Yeah.
He told me earlier that Isaiah Simmons is available. So what was it, Isaiah Simmons that you said? Pretty sure it was Isaiah Simmons. And the box safety at the end of his contract is huge. We need free safety at the and look, I trust our safeties. I trust in the Crimson Chin. I trust in Isaiah Palomalo, especially with what I saw out of them in the preseason. I'm good. Lonnie Johnson is going to recover. He'll be back. He'll be a rotational piece. Like, I'm good right now. I'm not going for another safety, and I'm definitely not doing that trade. It makes absolutely no sense. And if they do that, I'll definitely be pissed. But I will trade Jakobi for Woolen quick, fast, and in a hurry. So if he doesn't like the deal that they're offering him, then make that phone call, Uncle Pete. Make that call, Spy. Do it. Also, I said give Kobe $1 more than Adams to be petty. Yeah, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. You trust in what I'm doing? What do you mean? What do you mean? Hammer, what about the linebackers from the Patriots that we signed and then the Patriots matched the offer and brought him back? Jakobi for the linebacker, I forgot his name. Who are we talking about? Isaiah Simmons on hood. Salute to True Raider. What's good, my guy? We're like 1.5 deep in the cornerback room. Come on, Aaron, stop. Scrambling a week before the season looks like the same old Raiders. Oh my God, come on. Come on. Salute to you, felon. Spillane? Yeah, we're not doing that. They're not going to do that. They're definitely not going to do that. I'm really not liking this right now. I'm really not. Let's go back to the big screen because I think we covered everything we needed to cover with the rundown. Let's bring me back. Yeah. I'm really not liking this today. And I thought everything was good, but I guess I was wrong. Of course everyone is scrambling this week. Of course everyone is. That's why, like, I love having these conversations with you guys, but sometimes, like, the conversations, it's just like, for me, when I see certain things or hear certain things or read certain things, it just makes me scratch my head. But then again, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, come on. He says CGR to the gulags. Hey, wrong show. No, I'm messing with you. Maybe try to CNN background. Like, wait, no, God, no, I'm good, man. I'm good. Like, I had the lower thirds, which actually looked pretty dope, but for whatever reason, it looked insane. And I think it was just insane when I had it on the big screen above me. I'm fine. We're fine. We're good. I'll let you guys see what it was supposed to look like if it actually shows up on the screen the right way. Yeah, it's still incredibly small. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know how it did that, why it did that. Yeah, it definitely did some weird ass shit. Like, and I didn't even touch anything from the time I updated it. That's what blows my mind. And I can't do anything about that now either. Like, that's so fucking stupid. It is what it is. Like, we'll get that fixed next time and we'll do what we do best. It is what it is. You missed a lot, unfortunately. We have talked about a lot, and we have been on for, we have almost 400 in here. I didn't even fucking know that. There's over almost 300 people in here on the YouTube side. The rest of you guys are on the X side. I'm sorry, X, Uncle Elon's X. Those on X, you guys want to be a part of the conversation, come on over to YouTube, Raider Nation News Today. Hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a fucking thing. Let's do it the right way. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell, y'all. I did not realize we're at 130 likes. Get that shit over 200. Let's fucking go, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I did not realize we had so many in here right now. This goes to show that I'm trying to talk about as much as I can. We've been on for 40 minutes already. We're at 10,358. We can be at 10,400 if y'all come on over and hit that subscribe button right now. Let's run this bitch up. I'm trying to see if there's anything else in terms of a presser right now. There's no pressers as of right now. You'll probably see something later on today. You guys give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. You guys want me to open up the vault line? I said this is supposed to be for you guys. Kind of feeling nostalgic right now. It's year 4. There was a certain thing we used to do on Tuesdays. If somebody can tell me what we used to do on Tuesdays, please drop it in the chat. M85, I definitely didn't mean it, so stop. Don't do that. 40-minute live, 30 talk of shit. Damn, bro. Pretty much recapped everything that's transpired in the last 24 hours. The trade for Kenny Pickett, the signing of Amari Cooper, and Jakobi Meyers' frustration and demanding a trade out of Vegas. Pretty much gave my 2 cents on everything. I put up 2 polls. The other poll is still up right now. Would you trade Jakobi Meyers for Tariq Woolen from Seattle? 54% of you are saying yes. The rest of you are saying no. It is what it is. I don't think... salute to Diesel. Big Daddy Cool. What's good? I think some are. I don't think everybody is. That's my opinion, though. I want to see if somebody can put it up. No, not Taco Tuesday. No, Omni, not that either. And CGR has already put it up. No Diddy. Our deadline is literally... Salute to Ty. Our deadline is literally 40 minutes away. Our deadline is 40 minutes away. So... No, and I reached out to Joe. He said that he might call in. Oh, wait. Ladies and gentlemen, am I sending it to you via text? Am I sending it to you via IG? How are we doing this, guys? You might just be getting the Hammer and Joe show now. How am I sending this, bro? Again, salute to Ty on the $2. And again, the deadline is now 20 minutes away. Yo, y'all are too much, man. All right, let me text it to this guy. Thank you, Deb. And you guys are about to get it. No Diddy. Hold on one sec. Let's get this set up for our guy. You guys are going to get the Hammer and Joe show. The Hammer and Joe show. Let me text this over to him right now. We should be good to go momentarily. Stay tuned. I'm not trying to leave. I'm not going to leave. I need to get... Did I open up the wrong fucking thing? Oh my God. This goes to show. It's one of those days, guys. One of those fucking days. Here I am, 3 a.m, can't sleep, trying to set everything up the right way. And then now this. I think we're good. Just waiting for him to knock. Y'all are crazy. What do we trade away for Kenny? A 5th round pick in next year's draft. Next year's 5th round pick. I'm fine with that. And everybody agrees. We won that trade. 1st round pick. Remember that, guys. He was a 1st round pick. And he is... Oh. Add camera. We are going to have Joe on momentarily. That's not Joe. If it pops up on the screen the right way like it's supposed to. 1 second. This is still fairly new when we're doing it this way, guys. So give me 1 second. I'm trying to get him on. No Diddy if necessary. There you go. There he is. What up, bro?
What up? Man, look, I canceled my haircut so I could come on. I need to get it cut, but I had to cancel it because today's the day. I told you know, you hit me. I'm gonna let you know. I woke up at 5 this morning, my time, because somebody on the street texted me at that time. So, you know, I
Who is that? Who did that?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, man, good to see you, brother.
Who did that?
What's the word?
Me.
What's the word?
Hold on 1 sec. That ain't it. There we go. And they said no audio, so give me 1 second. I might have to use the other one to do this. Hold up. Know what? I'm gonna send it to you the other way because they're saying they can't hear us.
Okay. All right, send it to me.
Can you guys hear me now? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let's see. We'll try it with this one instead. Hopefully it works better. Now I'm breaking up. I don't know why. It's the regular audio that's up now. I could hear both. Joe had a bit of an echo, but it was good. Oh my God. See, this is why. Let's just wait for him to come back in here. Yo.
Yo.
What's up, bro?
Man, can everybody hear me now?
I hope so.
Yeah. Huh.
So let's talk about it.
Before we talk, I just want to make sure everybody can hear me. You know what I'm saying? It says still no sound, I think. Oh, y'all got sound?
Can we get a
Sound, we
thumbs
good?
up?
We got a thumbs up.
All
I see
right,
Peter
yeah,
get.
we're good. All right, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. You know, so as we were saying before, when you guys couldn't hear it before, is I'm canceling my haircut appointment so I could be on with Hammer, but I'm tired as hell because somebody on this stream texted me at 5 a.m. and woke me up just to see if I could
Holla,
be on the
city of
stream.
squalor.
I wonder who that was.
I don't know. It was an asshole. That's all I know.
That's all I've been told.
Oh man, all right. You know what, man? Let's get into it. I know we got a lot to talk about with being cut day and whatnot. But look, let me just say this before we get started, folks. Today's the saddest day of the year in the NFL for me, outside of the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Or your team getting knocked out. You have thousands of players and people whose dreams are now over. You know, they have to figure out what they're going to do in real life. It's something that they've been working towards their entire life, and they guess it's at a point where now like they have to figure out what real life is, and their dreams are shattered. And you know, you do have some guys that are able to try to hang on and bounce around and make it to on a practice squad or another team picks them up, but like for the most part thousands of people's dreams are over. So before we get further into that, let me just preface everything I'm saying with that's the first and foremost, because I do have friends that one of them is borderline whether or not he's getting cut. He hasn't gotten the word yet. I do have a couple other people that I'm waiting to hear back from that they may have to figure out life. I know for us regular people it's boo fucking who, but the reality is this is I think about that because I know the hard work that they put in. So my thoughts are going out to those guys. Man, what the hell is that?
Committed to excellence.
Yo, Hammer, I can't hear you, dog.
There we go. I had it muted. My fault. Can I get a hell yeah? Proud of your success. Excuse me, for you, brother. Thanks for being a guy I could always talk to. Bros for life. Salute to you. Thanks for being a continued supporter, bro. Like over 3 years. This is year 4 that we're doing this. I can't believe how quickly time has flied and how long I've been monetized doing this. And I continue to do this for each and every single one of y'all. Like, the growth of this doesn't happen without each and every single one of y'all, and all your support means the world to me. I know I've had a lot of ups and downs throughout my time doing this, and I've had to step away here and there for different reasons. I'm trying to go full force, nonstop, even grinding and working as much as I am right now. I'm trying to be on as much as possible for you guys. So I appreciate each and every single one of y'all. I really do.
All right, so you want to talk about what happened yesterday? I know, we'll start with Jakobi Meyers first.
Let's talk about it.
I'm of the belief, just talking to people in and around the situation, and I said it yesterday. I think a deal gets done. I don't think he gets traded. I think he remains a Raider. I think a deal will be within that $20 to $25 million a year range, which again is doubling what he makes. He makes 11. So I mean, I would say the floor for that will be about 22 million, and he's outperformed his contract. I mean, if we're going to be real about it,
1 year.
so
1 year. That's it.
no,
Like-
no. Because even the years with Devontae there, he was still a legit. I mean, he's still a weapon, and again, he probably would have caught for more yards if there was better quarterback play. I mean, that's being realistic. And who on the roster right now can do what he does? Who are you going to trade for right now that can do what he does?
I'm not going to trade for another receiver. If I were to trade him away right now, I'm trading him to Seattle for Reek Willen.
That's not going to happen. Why
Why?
would Seattle? Because Seattle, are they trying to trade? I don't think they're trying to trade him.
He's in the final year of his contract. I don't think he wants to be there anymore. I think it's the best deal that can be made for both parties involved.
I disagree. I don't think that Seattle's trying to win ball games too.
City of squalor. squalor.
And I think with that, Seattle is they're not trying to just get rid of guys. I mean, if trade a guy for a guy. I mean, they drafted young receivers they really like. They really like the kid out of Colorado State. They really like Ricky White. Those are guys that they think are
Ricky White shoes.
Yeah, they talking with Ricky, but talking with some guys in Seattle, they really like their young receivers, Torrey Horton and Ricky White. They have what they feel is a good young group. They're not looking to add a receiver right now, from my understanding. I could be wrong, but they could be telling me it's bullshit. But
There've been a couple of times you've been wrong.
Only a couple. I mean, want to talk about times I was right, like Shador not being a first-round quarterback or Jackson Dart being drafted ahead of him. I mean,
I'm calling him Shadudu now. I don't give a shit.
Nah, you know what? Well, we'll get to him in a second. Back to what we're talking about with Jakobi Meyers, though. There's nobody that's on the roster currently that can do what he does. And if you look at Amari Cooper, if we're going to be real about it, it's a fantastic, feel-good story. He's coming back to the Raiders. He didn't look that good in Buffalo last year.
No,
he looked like he slipped.
I talked about that earlier. I said he did have a case of the dropsies last year. I was hearing reports out there not too long ago that the Bills were considering bringing back Gabe Davis. I don't know. I think, you're bringing a vet back, a guy that was originally here, fourth overall pick in the 2015 draft. He could be another guy that can mentor these young kids, though, in terms of Thornton and Besh, who I look at two guys being the future cornerstones of the offense moving forward alongside Genty and Bowers.
I would rather have Jakobi Meyers be a mentor. I'm just being honest with you. Yeah. We're talking about a guy that made himself what he is. A guy that doesn't. I mean, look, you talk about he had a case of the dropsies. He's had a case of the dropsies his entire career. So, if we're going to be real about it. So, it's a great feel-good story. It's a great depth story. But you're talking about Besh, right? Like, he's not ready to step in and be that guy. So, Myers is in a position of power. If it's a 3-year deal, and I say 3, which really makes it a 2-year deal, and he's getting that money there, let's say 50 guaranteed, he's not making upper echelon elite receiver money.
Right.
Which is fine because he's not that. He's not in that group of the Jamar Chases and Justin Jeffersons. He's not in DK Metcalf. He's not in that group.
No.
But that group beneath it, where you're in that 20 to 25 range, he's in that group. And the money's all relative because he's still not going to be top 5 or even top 7 highest paid receiver. He's going to be in that next tier, which is fine. Because I mean, not you, but I'm generalizing now. People were willing to spend $30 million on a defensive end that really isn't needed in Trey Hendrickson, or they're willing to spend 40 on Micah Parsons, but you're gonna balk at 20 to 25 for a guy that's on the roster that is a 1,000-yard receiver and did it with last year's quarterback situation. A guy that's been a good soldier that you never heard anything out of, that it really wants to be here, but this is the business side of it. So, I mean, and he went through camp trying to get a deal done. They've been negotiating. It's not like they haven't been talking. So, because of that, that's why I tend to think that 100% they get a deal done sooner rather than later.
Hopefully it does happen within the next couple of days. Out of nowhere, all of a sudden you come into the building, I want to be traded. Like, the fuck? I know this is, and honestly, for those that are unaware, this is a tactic that a lot of players use now as their leverage to get a deal done. Hendrickson got his deal done yesterday. McLaurin just got his deal. He got a 3-year, $96 million deal, but he's worth that money. He's worth that money. I'm not paying him over. I'm not going over $25 million. I don't want to go past $23 million for Jakobi Meyers. I don't.
$2 million stops you? $2 million. When you have all that cap, you have that cap space that you can carry over. $2 million is going to stop you from keeping your leading receiver, one of your leading receivers from last year.
His numbers are not going to be what they were last year. There's too much, because there's too many targets now on this offense. There's too
Okay,
much
so
ball to go.
you're going to rely on Thornton as being right now would be if you traded Jakobi Meyers, he'll probably be. I take Bowers out the equation because he's different. You're going to rely on Thornton being your number one receiver.
I don't think right away, I'm looking at a lot of people. I'm looking at a lot of people in the chat right now, kind of go like agreeing with me. And I see Mark Coffey says a 3-year, $45 to $50 million deal. I think he would take 20 to 22. I don't see why he wouldn't. What was the deal that he had? The first deal with us, a 2-year, $24 million deal.
3 years, 30. It's $11 million a year, $33 million.
So it was 3 for 33.
So if you double that. And then it's really a 2-year deal. The last year can be voided out, or you can get out that last year. You can still have your young receivers. It gives him 2 years to develop. He gets paid what he thinks he can go get a payday somewhere else. Or if he outperforms that and they want to keep him, they re-sign him again.
Hug, do me a favor and send me a DM, please. Because I see people in the chat are going crazy asking for you. So do me a favor and just send that link, please. Or I'm sorry, send me a DM, please.
That's the thing, and this is the deal. I mean, it's not that it didn't just come out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere publicly. Privately, they knew what the deal was, but he wanted to be there to learn the offense, to make sure he knew what he was doing. And this isn't the first time, and it's not going to be the last time. Me personally, again, I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm looking at it from both sides, and you need him. His best place to be is in Las Vegas. Just get it done. Now, I did see the dog, Ricky Scoops. If y'all don't know who Ricky Scoops is, you need to follow him on X. Ricky's a former NFL insider, tied in, dialed in with everybody, breaks things way ahead of time. He put out yesterday that the Raiders and the Patriots are having conversations for Kyle Duggar. There was the safety,
He's a
one
safety.
of the smartest.
I don't know. Why?
If Pete feels that they need a safety, they're gonna go get a safety.
You're not trusting in Chin. You're not trusting in Palmao. You re-signed Palmao.
Okay, that's one safety.
Chin.
They're gonna be in. They're not gonna be in base the majority of the time. You're not gonna see 3 linebackers. Chin is like a hybrid linebacker safety. That would be your base. The same way they're gonna use Fuller. The same way they're gonna use Adams. It's a hybrid. They're going speed. They're going fast and physical at linebacker. Maybe not tall. I mean, Chin's tall, but Jamal Adams isn't. Fuller's not Jeremy Chin height. So, I mean, they probably want to have somebody back there that can control the back end. And you know what? And maybe they don't trust Pumalo's injury history. I don't know what it is. I mean, he's a guy that they may think that he's a guy that's going to get dinged up. Then he may not be doing certain things in film. I mean, when no one's in the building, there's absolutely a reason why they got into a discussion. Now, the thing about Duggar is he signed a 5-year deal, I believe, going into last offseason. That gives you 4 years with this guy. Continuity then. And last year was, from my understanding, was something that was like an aberration, considering he was hurt most of the year. Is my audio coming in and out?
No, you're good. They're saying that it has something to do with YouTube, and a couple of the mods, including Deb, and thank you so much, are telling them to leave the live and come right back in, and the audio is clear. It's probably, I'm gonna assume maybe it's because we're streaming in 4K. If I gotta drop it next time to 1080, I'll drop it to 1080. But everybody's saying if you leave and come back, the problem is solved. And Alex Turk just said the same thing. If you have the problems, leave, come back. Everybody's saying it now, and everybody's saying it is YouTube. So at least I know it's not me, because again, I woke up at 3 in the morning and was messing around with all this. It was like, they always say that ideas come in the middle of your sleep. I woke up and was like, let me set this stuff up the right way for us. And let's do this live. Let's talk about everything that's transpired in the last 24 hours. So this is where we're at. And I'm still blown away. We have almost 400 people in here. I know it's a little more than 400. I think people are leaving and coming back on the YouTube side of things. We do have people on X as well. Come on over to YouTube, Raider Nation News Today. Hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all pulling up. I know it's early for a lot of you guys. Look, it's early for Joe. Unfortunately, I did bother him.
Not really. No. It's 10 o'clock here. I'm good now. I mean, I got up. I woke up. I think after I went back to sleep, an hour later, I got like another 45 minutes sleep, and then had to get stuff done. The stuff I'm getting done. Let me talk about this real quick, folks. I am launching my a solo podcast. I have a YouTube channel up. I haven't put anything on it. Okay, the show. Hammer knows behind the scenes. Like, I'm working my ass off to get this, trying to get this thing up and running and doing it the right way for you guys, and for everybody. Right. So it's going to be a unique show with a lot of different people. Please give it a follow. It's the Joe Arrigo podcast. It's on YouTube. Again, we haven't put it out yet. We're getting the process all completed, and then there is a Substack that's gonna fuck me up every time. There is a Substack where it's I just talk about sports in general, Vegas sports and sports across the country, just whatever, and some other stuff. It's the Joe Arrigo podcast. It's on Substack. Go give it a follow, subscribe to it, whatever. That'd be greatly appreciated on my end. Because again, the show will be the plan is 3 days a week with the cast of characters, including a former college quarterback from the Bay, every Tuesday breaking down quarterback play and talking ball. Wednesdays will be a little bit different, and then Thursdays is all football. Hammer's going to be on.
Hold on. I got to mute this. Hold on. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
But Hammer will be on the show whenever he wants to. He's got to open the invite. Again, but it'd be picture the McAfee show just with some guys you can relate to. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the way it's going to be. So the Joe Arrigo podcast.
Ain't nobody relating to me. Just saying.
Everybody's
like, what the fuck is this guy talking about half of the time?
I know, for real. I'm on some crazy shit.
I'm trying to get this shit set up real quickly because I see that we have somebody backstage. I wonder if I could do it this way. This might not work. Fuck me. No Diddy.
What to say, dog? But the Cooper deal, and you know, and then we talk. And then as the day went on, we seen the Kenny Pickett trade, right? I don't mind that, and to tell you the reason why. The guy started in the league. Albeit he's been on a lot of different teams, but he also is a guy that finally has a real offensive coordinator that can do some things.
Oh shit! Hold up, I think we do got him in here now.
Yeah, there he is.
Bro, you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest in the building, and this just, again, this feels like nostalgia for me because I'm doing things that I haven't done live in a very long time. And I said it before, I'm trying to do this for you guys today. It is Talk That Shit Tuesday, and we have one of our mod fathers in here. Hug D's is in the building, man. What's good, brother?
What's up? How's it going, Joe?
What up, man?
What's up, Hammer? How's life? Everything going good?
Yeah, hanging in there.
Yeah, standard, right? Just living
exactly.
it. So we're talking about what? Kenny Pickett and Amari Cooper and Jakobi Meyers nonsense?
Yep.
Yeah, you know, but I'm saying to give up a 5th round pick that you're going to get back in compensatory picks, it's not a big deal. That's just what's they're going to get it back. They get a guy that's established. What I will say is this, and I think, I don't know if I put this, I don't know if I texted it to you, Hammer, you and Gus, or if it was in another group text. But if I remember correctly, when Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who I'm very close to, when Dorian, I think going into his senior year, I believe Chip wanted him to leave. He was ready for him to either go to the league or transfer out, and Dorian stayed, and it kind of ruffled his feathers a little bit. So I'm not sure if Dorian was actually even an option. I think it's easy to connect dots because of the UCLA connection. But at the same time, if it's no, whatever, I ignored it that time. If it's easy to connect dots. Oh, because Chip had this guy or Pete had this guy. That's not always the case. I mean, no one knows what goes on behind the scenes. I would love to see Dorian in Vegas, but Dorian hasn't done anything, and I love him to death. That's my dog. But he hasn't proved anything as an NFL quarterback. One touchdown to 10 picks, albeit it was in Cleveland. It's a shit show out there. But, I mean, that probably wasn't realistic. Kenny Pickett was probably the best case scenario for the Raiders to pick up as a backup in case Geno goes down.
Hold on, I'm just trying to adjust this. This actually looks pretty good. Those in the chat, thumbs up, thumbs down. The look right now. We do have Mr. Hug D's in the building. I want to hear your takes, your insights on everything right now as well. I see you're rewatching the game from the other night. You're kind of pulling Uncle Pete right now. Uncle Pete did the presser.
On in the background.
Uncle Pete did the presser the other day. And he has a screen behind him. He was watching game film as he does the presser. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. In terms of everybody got me okay? My audio's fine?
Yes, sir. You're good. Loud and clear.
So in terms of Meyers, man, I understand where he's coming from. He's obviously coming off a couple really good seasons with the Raiders. He's looking for his money. But at the same time, I think he really needs to look at where this whole team is now, as well as the roster and what's going on, and maybe kind of step in a little bit with that agent and say, well, let's see where we can kind of meet in the middle between what I need and what they need. I don't think there's a big, huge pull for him out there in the market as a wide receiver too. I mean, there's a couple spots that he could go, but I don't think he would make the kind of playoff push that might be possible here if he does stay and helps kind of bring along some of those rookie receivers. In terms of the Amari Cooper, there's a lot of hate for Coop, man. It's kind of ugly. I personally remember Coop putting an entire Texans defense on skates for an 80-yard touchdown, and that's how I like to think about Amari Cooper in the back of my head. I know he has some drops, but every wide receiver does. There's very rarely a Jakobi Meyers out there every year that just doesn't drop a pass. I mean, Jamar Chase drops passes. So it's a human thing, and when it comes down to it, there's a lot of factors there. So I'm excited to have a Pro Bowler here on the receiving core, help bring up some of those young rookies. And last but not least, Kenny Pickett. He is 15-14, I think, in terms of touchdowns to interceptions. So at least that's going for him. He's got like a 80% rating last I checked. He's still young. He's got baby hands. I'm sure Wilkins would have loved that if he was still here. But unfortunately, he had to go. But what I'm seeing a lot is Pete and Spytek not taking any crap or flack from some of these players, man. You mess around, you're gone. Yep. You want to say that you need a trade, we hire someone the exact same day. So there's a message being sent, I think, that's part of that Pete culture, which is you're going to compete. There's no divas here. It really kind of surprises me to think that, though, when he had Sherman on his team back in the day with the Seahawks. No. So I don't know. Those are my takes. I'm excited. We have nothing we can go from right this second to be truly upset about where our team is at this moment. We haven't played a regular season game. Chip Kelly hasn't put anything into the offense that is going to kind of show our hand, if you will, during the regular season. I know we got a really, really strong schedule, so that's probably my biggest concern. But any given Sunday, boys, that's what it boils down to, in my opinion.
I'm looking at NFL.com right now. Still no new updates from the players that we named earlier. I'm going to take a look on X real quickly and see if anything has come down the pipe yet. But I haven't seen anything in regards to our Raiders. Not right now, anyways. And breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, 40 seconds ago. Shout out to Jordan Schultz. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift announced their engagement. Who gives a shit?
Good for them. Good for them.
Okay.
For real, good for them. Who cares?
It's not good for it's not. No, because now we're going to have that shit shoved down our throat again this year, even though they didn't even win the fucking Super Bowl last year. We're going to have to do it anyway. Shit. We're going to have to do it anyway. We're going to see cut-ins every 2 seconds, even though these motherfuckers didn't even win a Super Bowl last year. Fuck them.
They were going to do it anyway. Who gives a shit? Like, who cares? Good for them. No, hey, you brought up a good point when it came to Myers, but about like you said, like take less. Like I'm coming from the agent world now.
Not feel
Okay,
you.
you
Yeah.
know, why do I got to take less? Like at the end of the day, if for whatever you do for a living, if you wanted a raise or you've earned or you feel you've earned something, and if somebody on the outside was like, "Hey, bro, just take less," I mean, you're gonna tell them to fuck off. I mean, it's just the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's easy to say because we're talking about millions of dollars. It's easy to say
Yeah.
because we're talking about what we think we see on the field, or because nobody really knows what goes on inside the building at intermediate help. You know what I'm saying? No one knows what's going on in the meeting rooms, on the practice field, when they're meeting with the coaches, what they're doing outside of it. This is a dude that's never been in any trouble, has been a great soldier, has been an ideal teammate, has done nothing but help, outperformed what he's played. Now, again, I think we're all saying the same thing, and I think I know what you were saying. Like, hey, like getting that 20, like the range that we were talking about.
I'm not saying less than
Yeah.
what he's making now. I'm saying not quite wide receiver money just because, Scary Terry got his bag. You're not quite there yet, bro. You got 4 touchdowns last year, and you need to step your game up if you really want that wide receiver one money. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think that I don't think he's trying to get Terry McLaurin money. I don't think he's. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, Terry got it, and Terry's also was the face of that franchise when they were going through some really bad years and still put up great numbers. He's also on the other side of 30. So, I mean, and Terry's deal is essentially a 2-year deal. So when Jay's up for his extension, that's when there's probably going to be Terry's last year in D.C., and Jay gets his extension. And that's what I'm kind of saying here. Add 3 years onto the deal. Give them this, have them play at that amount this year, and then next year it'll jump because the salary cap's going to jump.
Yep.
And then you double, or maybe go a little bit above the doubling of the salary, and it works well for everybody. And again, like I said, in the pantheon of looking at where receivers are at, he's not up here. He's kind of like right here, and these are the other guys. You know what I'm saying? So you're right in that middle, and that's about right. And that's why I'm of the belief. I think they get it done. And it may be in a week, and maybe by the weekend. I don't know, but I think going into week 1, they get it done. I just from talking to people, they don't want him to leave. He doesn't want to leave, from my understanding. And again, the timing sucks, but I mean, the timing is everything. Like when you feel you have leverage, you have to use it. I mean, that's why Trey Hendrickson got the deal he got. Because that Bengals defense is giving up 40 points a game in the preseason without him. He's got all the leverage at that point. So yeah, and what's interesting about his deal is they just added $14 million on to give him that $30 million, hit that $30 million mark. But the Bengals still hold the rights to franchise tag him. There was nothing in that contract that says they can't franchise tag him. Now I don't think they will, but he'll end up being a free agent at the end of next year, and then that's where I think the Raiders, for instance, talking about the Raiders specifically right now, if the Raiders look at the other side and say, okay, Kuntz, for whatever reason didn't work out with him, or Wilson didn't take the jump that we've seen, that we think we see right now with the way that he's playing and him moving around a lot, we can go get someone like that, and he fits what Pete likes. And now he's got 2 really good edge rushers. He can build that interior line in the draft.
Yeah. Salute to Mike Lopez. I don't know why I said Mario. I'm thinking Save by the Bell, whatever. Shout out to him on a $2 pull a package deal from Micah, Myers, Kuntz plus a first.
Shit. That's not happening. Okay, look, I'm gonna say this I'm just gonna be blunt with it. David Mulugeta is not dealing with the Raiders. They're trying to take money from his client. Dave is not fucking with them. So even if it's some of his clients, the Raiders are going to have to overpay to bring his clients in, period, until that situation gets resolved. That's business. Micah Parsons will either re-sign with the Cowboys in the morning of or a couple weeks after the start of the NFL season, or he's going to another team. But it won't be a team that he has, David Mulugeta, has a bad relationship with. That's just the reality of it. Not to be a dick about it. It's just
happen? Did you see that too?
Yeah. Hammer's shrinking me. I'm the shrinking hug.
We'll lock these motherfuckers so like I don't have that issue again. I think the other ones are locked. We're good. There was something
playing
else.
with it, Boss.
Hey, stop it. Stop that shit.
Hammer's been told that a lot in his life. Quit playing with it.
What hit? Stop screwing around. You screw around too much.
You're gonna go blind.
Scary Terry has 4 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. He deserves it. He fucking does deserve it.
Absolutely.
Let me see if I'm missing anything here. Like I have to catch up right now. Like we have over 500 in here right now. I really appreciate y'all. I really fucking do. Like I know it's super early, and I actually made a slight mistake. The deadline is 4 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Pacific time. So there's still stuff that's happening, and there's one right now that just happened within like the last half hour or so. I kind of just want to fuck with the nation on this one. The Commanders are releasing Cleve Farrell. You guys want to bring him back too?
Oh man,
I got a story about him that I would love to tell, but I won't do it on the stream at all.
Right. I have a funny story too about Cleve Farrell. Believe it or not, I went to the last home game in Oakland, and I had tickets from my buddy that got us into the A's dugout. They literally had like a full-on food spread down there, and we watched the game from the dugout on the field. And as we're coming down the huge stairwell, if you will, from the locker room onto the field, Cleve Farrell walks right past me and my buddy. He's like, "Hey, what's going on, guys?" As we cruise past him. So that's my one little claim to fame to seeing Cleve, was smack dab in the middle of that corridor that was covered in A's and Raider colors.
Damn.
I see. You see the what's the dude's thing of it? Hold on. Mike Lopez, Parsons' agent, doesn't control his career. He's got a big say-so. And if he doesn't control it, that handshake deal with Jerry Jones would have been solidified. So yes, he does control it. Mike can trust with his agent. That's the agent's job, is to direct the career. So just because Micah says, "I want to go here," no, he can say, "No, you don't," and give him every reason why, because he works with them. Take off the fan hat, bro. Take off your fan hat.
Mac, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
No, Tyree is not clean.
Watch your mouth.
I think Tyree's actually going to step up this year. Those preseason.
Did you not see what he did in that final preseason game? I don't give a fuck who was out on the field. He played his fucking ass off.
I'm still a little suspect of his get off, to be honest. Pause if necessary. But when that ball snaps and you look at where he is, he's usually still second to last off the ball, man.
He needs to be fucking standing up. He does not need to be fucking in a stance. Just saying.
His first step off the line coming out of Texas Tech before the foot injury was just ridiculous. You know, and what happened was he hurt his foot. He had to have a surgery done, and then he had to have a surgery done. The surgery actually got done the week of days after he was drafted. So he literally missed all the rookie camp, and they knew that going into training camp. So he didn't really have a full season to heal after the rookie year. And then there were still some things that were wrong with it that lingered. That he probably should have been put on IR with a designation to come back during his rookie year. But that obviously didn't happen, which I think lingered into his second year. This is the first offseason he's been healthy, and you see the progress he's made in that year.
Yeah.
And they knew it when they drafted him. I had a former coach call me because we have a relationship, pause, not like that. And he called me after the draft because they were asking me about a UNLV player they were going to sign as an undrafted rookie. And I was on the phone with them for about, and he said, "This is the deal with him." Because I said, "Well, why would he go there if you drafted this kid, early in the first round?" And when he explained to me the reason why, that made sense. And I was like, "All right."
I think I'm gonna have to do something right now because a lot of y'all wilding out in the chat right now, especially with this Tyree, like talking about Tyree Wilson. Like, I don't know what the hell y'all smoking on, but y'all need to calm the fuck down. Like, seriously.
Hey,
I
Hammer,
think the
you're
ones
going-
that are saying, I think the ones that are saying he's asked are like either not Raider fans or just don't know football for shit. Like it's actually kind of getting annoying that I'm constantly seeing that dumb shit right now. But
Well, what's crazy about that boy is he's what, 6'7"? He's strong as hell. That's what everybody that plays against him says is Tyree's crazy strong. It's going to take him time, man. He's still a young kid learning his craft out there.
yo, you guys see it on the bottom of the screen. It's probably going to disappear in another 15 seconds. 347-471-0361. The vault line is open. We talked about a lot. We've been on for almost an hour and a half already. There's still almost 500 of you in the chat on both sides, YouTube and X. Call on in and sound off. Please sound smart. Please be able to talk football. And I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet for everybody that calls in. Like, let's have a real football conversation, though. Like, seeing some of the stuff in the chat right now, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
Hey, you know one of the things about today that's funny to me, and we all do it, and I'm gonna speak as a fan, is we see guys that we liked in college football, we liked in general, and they get released, and it's like, oh, they need to come here, they need to come here. This guy needs to. They got released for a reason, like Robert Woods. I've known Bobby since he was in high school. Robert, I love Robert. I love him to death. He got cut today. I think he's in Pittsburgh. The team I root for, I don't see either one of them trying to sign Robert. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want him to catch on where he can go. Like, there's a reason why these guys are getting released. You know what I'm saying? Here we go.
First off, I'm not low on fucking Jakobi at all. I gave my numbers. I told you this like 2 months ago, just before when I did the live saying that Colton needs to be paid. I think a 3-year, $70 million deal is fair. Y'all think otherwise? Y'all think I'm low on him? Then you're smoking crack. And in the words of the late, great Rick James,
cocaine is a hell of a drug.
cut the shit, y'all.
That's funny.
Cocaine,
Hey, nobody want to call in? They all want to just chirp in the chat but not call in?
If nobody wants to call in, we're going to end this shit shortly because I'm going to try to sleep for a few hours. That was yours? Oh my God. He got the Rocky thing. Yo, I'm done.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna call you every 5 minutes. I'm gonna wait like 30 minutes. I'm just gonna start calling you to wake your ass up.
Please don't, because I've been up since 3 and I got to fucking work until 7 a.m. Don't do that shit to me. No, 3 for 60, 45 million guaranteed. That's fine. Give Myers a 3-year, 60 million with 30 million guaranteed. We got our first fucking caller.
Hey.
Raider Nation News today. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, Hammer, it's Ty Bones, man.
What's going on, bro?
It's Mr. Davis.
Just before I pass out, because I did my overnight shift and haven't slept yet, real quick. Jakobi Meyers, last season, no drops, 1,000 yards with 3 shitty QBs. Pay that man. Pay that man. Like, who else can do that? Who else can do that? Tyree Wilson has improved big time. So I don't know what people in the chat are talking about. Like, I've seen him come a long way from when we first acquired him. Is this his 3rd year? This is his 3rd year, right?
Yeah.
I believe.
He's in the final year of his contract. Yep.
Final year of his contract. He's come a long way. So they need to get off his niggy nuts, man. Like, seriously? That boy has come a long way. I've seen him get sacks and everything this season and preseason. Yeah, granted it was against the 2s and 3s, but still he got to the QB. So they need to leave that man alone. And last but not least, let's talk about Amari Cooper real quick. Because, yeah, Amari's good, but it feels like his last year with us, it feels like he gave up. He couldn't catch a cold, man. Like, it was insane. And I mean, I'm not pooping on Carr. I'm not saying Carr is the best quarterback in the world, but he definitely wasn't a scrub. So I'm just saying, man. That's all I wanted to say, man. I just wanted to sound off real quick before I take it down.
I appreciate you, brother, as always, man.
Yeah, man.
Take care, bro.
Yeah, man. Have a good one.
You too. I feel like I'm really going in a battle with this dude right now. Where the fuck is it?
Who is it?
You're not low. You said that's too expensive and coming up with all kinds of trades for him. No, I'm coming up with trade scenarios, and I only came up with one trade scenario is in the event that whatever our front office offers him that he doesn't want to take, then the next route is to trade. At the end of the day, this is a fucking business. Whether you want to hear that or not. At the end of the day, it's a fucking business.
Not a kid show.
God damn, man. I can never fucking win. I can never fucking win.
They're negotiating. And I think it's a fair question. And I'll ask you both.
This is like I said it before. He's using his leverage. Every player does this shit right now.
He should.
Michael Parsons is doing that shit.
Michael Parsons should have been signed a year ago. Jerry Jones fucked that off. I don't want to get into that because that leads me down a rabbit hole. That's shit I shouldn't say that I know and I can't say. But let me say this. Let me ask you guys this, and I ask the chat this as well. Right now, take away the contracts. Who would you rather have as your starting receiver? Amari Cooper or Jakobi Meyers?
Jakobi Meyers.
Different skill sets.
And I think realistically right now for Amari, especially with this deal that he's getting, he's going to be a guy that is going to be a bit of a rotational piece.
Yeah.
100%. But I'm saying the prevailing thought from the fans, again, this is fans yesterday, and I was online the entire day, right? It was, he has to be traded. They signed Amari. They're going to trade him. No, one hand doesn't wash the other in this case. Yeah. But if that's what the case is, hypothetically, who would you rather have, Meyers or Cooper? The answer.
Yeah, I would take Meyers simply because of what he's already done for us. He had a way better year last year than Amari did. So, I mean, it's just there's less guesswork there.
Exactly. So when you have that, the guy didn't drop a pass last year, caught for a G. The year before probably would have caught for a G. I don't know the numbers offhand. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to pull them up. I'm lazy. But, I know he had a good year the year before.
He was sharing snaps with Devontae Adams too. So
exactly, and if you and say what and people can say they can piss on Devontae all they want. I don't have a beef with Tay. I never will. The thing is Tay's even said he's a legit number one receiver in the NFL.
Yep, and I've said that. I've said that countless times. Guys, the number's right there on the screen for you guys. 347-471-0361. Call into the vault line. Sound off.
They say some people say that a guy there said he doesn't score touchdowns. No, because you got Brock Bowers catching touchdown passes. It's not just about. It's about what about the little things? How many he was able to pick up first downs?
Yeah,
tough catches, leading a room. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like making sure other guys get open because the route you run is to clear somebody up. There's a lot of little things and nuances that he does, the dirty work, that doesn't get talked about. That's what I'm saying.
The blocking period in the run game is outstanding compared to 95% of the receivers out there. Like Jakobi Meyers will throw his shoulder into a freaking D lineman, if he has to. I mean, so that's without saying.
I got a question for you guys. Did I not just answer the question, Joe? Did I not just say Jakobi?
You did say Kobe.
Yeah, you did.
What are we talking about?
I want fans, especially in this chat, man, because I sat in probably 5 lives yesterday, and the overwhelming response in the chat was in every possible direction you could take it. People are pissed, people are upset, people are happy. Bro, we haven't played a game yet. The Amari Cooper signing that came in, dude, think about it like this. That is literally a vet that's seen it all and has been called the best route runner in football as a mentor for your rookies. Stop it. It's not a bad hire. Plus the kid's a 5-time Pro Bowler.
5-time Pro Bowler.
7-time 1,000-yard receiver, and they're like, he's got stone hands. He didn't get 7,000-yard receiving years with stone hands. The dude can catch a football. Everyone drops passes. If you look at it, man, and you look at preseason, so do this. Here's a little bit of homework for the chat. Check this out. Go watch every preseason game, but only watch the first string. So I only want you to watch about 6 minutes of football. When you look, tell me how the offense looks in your honest opinion, even though it's vanilla, and tell me what you saw from the defense. I can tell you there are at least 2 picks from the starting defense in the very first part of 2 of those preseason games. One by Jeremy Chin, one by Palamau. When you look at the way the offense is run, the ball's being spread around. I think Jakobi had 1 target and he dropped it, which was kind of funny, to be honest. But you look at all of the other targets that they're throwing to, Myers is going to be part of this Mayer is going to be part of this football team. Obviously, Brock's not going anywhere. Genty's going to be a beast. He looks for contact. That part scares me a little bit. But I've watched Genty his whole career, and he's had 3 minor injuries that held him out of exactly 4 games. So I want you to go back, look at those first series from the first team reps, and then tell me what you think and come back into the chat and maybe have a little bit of optimism when we're ready to start this regular season. That's how I want to end it from my end.
Trade alert. Adam Schefter's reporting the Cowboys are sending offensive lineman Asim Richards to New Orleans. Per sources, the Cowboys are also waiving wide receiver Jalen Brooks. The Chargers have released veteran offensive tackle Sharp. 49ers are also cutting wide receiver Tariq Owens. God damn, they did T.O.'s son dirty.
The Cowboys also cut Deuce, their running back from I think it was a K-State or
Deuce Vaughn. Yep.
Yeah, his dad is a scout with them. They cut him today too.
Yo, that's fucking terrible. How they do T.O.'s son like that? That's fucked up.
It's a business.
It seems to be the overwhelming thing that they do with ex-star players' sons.
But look at Brendan Rice yesterday.
What?
Brendan Rice with the Chargers. They cut Jerry's son yesterday.
Damn. Dirty. Oh, another one just came out a minute ago. Cowboys releasing 2025 7th round pick, defensive tackle Tommy Aking Basoe. However you, I swear I'm terrible with those names. So yeah, we still have, I'm looking at this right now. It says we have 489 left in here. We have 336 on the YouTube side of things. Almost 2,000 views already, guys. I appreciate it.
No, it's up to 532 now, homie. 550.
I see 550 on mine.
Yeah,
hey, quick question for both of you. In the next couple hours, do you see any moves? And if so, where? For the Raiders,
I think they'll try to get a corner. I think they will try to get a corner. I hope they try to get a corner.
So that's a hope. Do you believe that that's going to happen, or do you think Carroll's running with his guys because he has his height requirement met and he's feeling confident when he's in the pressers? That's your hope, right? Not what you think they'll do?
I'm hoping that they claim a fucking corner. And a corner that fits this fucking defensive scheme, that fits Uncle Pete's mold.
Gotcha.
I think they're gonna be scouring for a corner and some D tackles. I can see that. Asante Samuel's having neck fusion surgery. He'll get re-examined in October, and he doesn't meet Pete's height requirements. Someone dropped his name in there, so that's not going to happen. I can see them looking at some teams for some corner help, but I think that's everybody. I mean, look at Rasul Douglas today, signing with Miami. Like, that's what you do if you're a vet. You wait until all this shit is done, and then you find the best spot for you to come in and play right away. So Rasul did that. He was smart with that. But I guess I think they're gonna look around and see who's out there, and if they do anything, it's gonna be minor. I mean, this is the time where you kind of we'll trade a conditional 7 for this D tackle that you're gonna cut. Like, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So that's I don't think it's anything major at all.
Is Tariq Woolen not signed and a free agent? Why is everyone saying go get him?
He's signed. He's on his final year. He's on his final year with Seattle.
So because he's Pete's guy, they're saying that.
Yep.
What about old Stephon Gilmore? He's still out there, isn't he?
I would love to have him, especially as late as we are into this shit.
It's not going to cost you much. I don't want him.
No, it's because he's lost steps.
Yeah.
I mean, like I understand if you because from name value that makes sense, but
I'm
it's
looking
not
at it
that.
from vet/mentor relationship for all of our young rookies. Like we need somebody in there that's seen it all, done it all, and can help coach those guys up. So that's why I brought that name up.
I look, Gilmore is a professional. Um, he fits the zone coverage that Pete wants to run because that's essentially all he is now. I don't think they're starting corners. I don't think Pete's guys. I mean, I think he's going to run with the young guys. I think Pete's like, you know what, this is the year I can run with them, see what I got, and then next year go out and sign a Tariq Woolen or go draft a kid out of where we see whatever corners coming out from wherever. I don't got it off the top of my head, don't have a name, but or again, and I must say this: next year's free agent class is not pretty at all. So
Yeah.
I think if anything, there's going to be more trades going into the offseason and even at the trade deadline than what we've seen in past years because just the way the free agent is going to be the only one as far as a name that makes you want to go, ooh, Woolen maybe in the right system. But I mean, that's why I
He's
said
purely
earlier.
a pass rush specialist too, though, right? He can't defend the run, or he's just not very good at defending the run. So you kind of have to have a great interior D line to even think about Trey Hendrickson coming. Did we just freeze?
No.
I froze for a second. Sorry.
Did you?
I did too, but no, we froze, but it popped back up.
Thank God. No, because honestly, like I'm sitting here doing this. We've been on for over an hour and a half, and that was the one thing I noticed. Like, because I know I had problems with it for whatever reason, where like you guys would freeze and then we'd have to leave and come back. But this is fucking great. Like, this has actually been the most solid one so far since we started using this new program, and I'm so fucking happy for it.
Here's a name that you could. Here's a name. I don't know the size, but he just got released from the Texans, and I know they like corners a certain way. Is Miles Bryant? If you want to, if you want to take a flyer on somebody, there's a guy that, if you're looking at another corner, Maurice Norris from the Lions. He had a big stop a couple weeks ago. Was a practice squad player, all at 24.
He's 5'9", Joe.
Which one?
Miles Bryant.
Yeah,
he
ain't.
Yeah. I mean, if that were the case, we'd probably sign Mike Hilton because I think he's out there right now too, right?
Yeah.
Jason said he keeps watching your TV in the background.
There, I can fix
that.
I'm fucking done. Y'all are too much. Right. I'm going to wrap this up. It is almost 2:00 here on the East Coast. I think 2.5 hours should be just enough for me to sleep. Big Bro Graph is going live in 20 minutes, y'all. So make sure to go on over there. Make sure to tell him I sent you, all that fun shit. I want to thank my guest, Mr. Joe Arrigo, and the mod father himself, Mr. Hug D's. I'm going to send you guys out. Quick plugs. No Diddy if necessary. Joe, where can they find you? Tell me he just froze. I heard a screenshot. I think he froze. Hug, let them know where they can find you. They both froze at the same fucking time. Go figure. Go figure. All right. We jinxed it because we mentioned it. Fuck. We jinxed it because we mentioned it. It is what it is. I appreciate everybody that's pulled on up today. Over 400 still in here. If you haven't already, do me a favor. Rate them thumbs. Hammer that sub. Smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions in the house at Hammer, built by the nation for the nation. Raider Nation news today. Continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. COVID or not, you should always remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Till next time, y'all. Stay committed to excellence. And of course, as always on my New York, peace, love, and positivity. And there's that part too.
And when I leave, come together like butt cheeks.
Everybody have a great rest of your Tuesday. Graph will be on in T-minus 20 minutes. Make sure to pull on up to that. Until next time, y'all, we are outro. If I can get this mouse over here, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.